Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Tuesday Talk. And I know you guys are wondering, what is Tuesday Talk? Well, Tuesday Talk is just primarily every single Tuesday I'm gonna upload a Q&A type vlog where I'll answer some questions that I have been getting over the years, and I wanted to just dedicate a vlog just based on questions that people may have, if they need advice about something that's bothering them, or if something happens in the news and I just want to talk about it. I mean, this is pretty much an open forum to talk about any and everything, and I just want to make it really, really fun. So welcome to our Tuesday Talk. And so the first question that I want to answer is, how did my husband and I meet? Well, I'll tell you. My husband and I met online, just to put it very, very simply. We met online. We met on a dating website, and it's not the best dating website out there because it's totally free, which means you get every and any type of weirdo known to the planet. And so I had been on the website for a few months because I had just gotten out of a long-term relationship with someone, and I was at an age where I really wanted to settle down and get married, and I was looking for something really serious. And I just was, I just set up a profile on this website. Somebody told me about it, and I met a few guys on there, and it was just like one horrible date after the other. So I got frustrated after a few months, and I was like, you know what, instead of checking my little inbox every single day to see who was trying to talk to me or trying to get to know me or whatever, I would check it like every weekend, like on the weekends, like on Friday or Saturday. And so after about a week of doing that, on a Friday I got a message, and guess who I saw? I saw a picture of my now husband, and he sent me a message. He sent me several messages because he was just like, hi, I'm Vern, and he told me about himself, and and then I didn't respond, and so he just kept sending me messages, and I finally responded. We talked for like maybe a week or so, and then we met in the parking lot at BJ's, because when you online date, you don't bring people to your house. And so I met him at BJ's, and then we saw that we liked each other, just off of, just when we first met each other, we liked each other right away, and he took me to an Italian restaurant, and the rest. And after our first date, we deleted our account. We deleted our accounts from off that website, and so we've been together ever since. Hold on, let me make sure I'm still recording. Okay. Yeah. So when we first met, we just knew, honey, we wanted to be with each other. So yeah. Somebody wanted to know, like, how do you successfully online date? I think the most important thing when you're dating online is that you have to set a standard and set a lot of rules for yourself. First one being, because we're all aware of catfish. It comes on TV, on MTV, and we see situations where people get in trouble with folks, dating them online for years and years, never seeing them, giving them money, like crazy stuff. And so I think I guess my few top things that I would always say is that first things first is, when you first meet a person, you never meet them at your house. Meet them in a public place, especially on your first few dates. Meet them in a public place. Secondly, if you're paranoid like I am, check their driver's license. If they can't produce a driver's license that can furnish their first, middle, and last name, you need to check that out, because there's a lot of crazy people out here. And check folks out. Google their names. You know what I'm saying? If you were dating a guy that has 18 different profiles on 18 different dating websites, you may not want to talk to him. It's very, very simple. Google their picture. Find out if they have an arrest record or anything like that. Do your homework. Y'all know how to investigate. Be nosy. Just pretend he's a cheating boyfriend and do your homework. Don't, don't go off with the person on the first date. Just use your instincts to check out that person thoroughly before you get into any kind of serious relationship with them or go anywhere with them, because it's really, really crazy out there and you have to be safe. Alright, I don't want to spend too much time on that, but if you guys want to know more about online dating, successfully online dating, because I have done it. I've been married for almost 3 years to my husband that I met online. I will do a separate video, Tuesday talk, just based on online dating, how to successfully online date. And so, next question. How long did my husband and I date before getting married? Well, you guys are going to think this is kind of strange, but I mean, it is what it is. My husband and I dated for probably a month. And after a month, we got engaged and we moved in together, and we got married in 5 months. Yeah, 5 months. It happened just that fast, because when you know, you know. It happened. We just knew we were right for each other. We had a lot in common, and my husband told me on the first date that he was looking for a wife. And so we courted each other as, in that vein, saying that, we're going to get to know each other, and we want to get married, we desire to get married, and we got to know each other a lot, very well. And so we met each other's families right away, and they both loved us, they both supported us. My husband is a lot older than I am. He's not a lot, but he's like 7 years older than I am. And so I met him when I was 29, and he was 36, I believe. Yeah, 36. And so, yeah, we got married. We met December the 16th, 2011, and we got married May 26th, 2012. Do we have a prenuptial agreement? Hell to the no. You got to be rich to have a prenuptial agreement. We ain't got no money like that, y'all. And secondly, I personally don't believe in prenups, because I feel like you're planning the demise of your relationship. You don't trust your partner to, I don't know. It all depends. Now, if we're talking about you're sitting on a few millions of dollars, that may be best, because some people act strange. Like get nasty in a divorce type situation, and you don't want something that your great granddaddy left you or what you worked hard for. You don't want to have to split that with a person that you're breaking up with, So I guess it just depends on the situation if you're uber rich. But for like regular folks, nah, not unless you just like, y'all gonna break up. And then that means you should be getting married. You need to reevaluate that. Do our families get along? Yes, our families do get along. They're cordial with each other, and I say cordial in the, they're nice to each other, because they don't spend a whole lot of time together, and I do that on purpose, because in my immediate family, I have a certain family member that is prone to she just kind of negative, and can be, we understand her behavior and we ignore it, and other people may not be as understanding. And so I do my due diligence. I'll invite, family to major things, but when we're just like casually hanging out, I don't invite them to a lot of small stuff that we do, because I don't want no drama. So, and unfortunately, it kind of sucks, because you want everybody to hang with each other, but I will feel guilty if she said or did something to offend somebody, and I know that's just how she is, and person's like, what I'm saying, would hurt my feelings if she hurt somebody's feelings, But yeah, for the most part, they do get along with each other. Do my husband and I argue? Hell yeah, we argue every damn day. We argue because we're so much alike. It's just ridiculous. We're both type A. We both have, certain things that we do certain ways, and we're both kind of like, we have leadership, personalities. Like when we first got together, I was a supervisor at a restaurant, and he is a foreman, and so we're so used to giving orders. A lot of times we don't really know how to take orders, and so a lot of times it's like we clash because one person wants to rule over the other. I mean, not rule over, but like you want this person to do something that they don't want to do, or they don't, they just don't get it, and it's just, we misunderstand each other a lot because we just have our way of doing things, and a lot of it is not, even though we do have a lot in common, we were raised completely different, and so there are certain things that he finds completely strange and weird, but that's just how I grew up. It's normal for me to do certain things like that. And him, he does certain things, and I had to find out from his mama, because I kind of ended up snitching on him, because I asked his mama, why does he do X, Y, and Z? And she was like, I don't know. He was not raised that way. So I was like, oh, okay. And so, of course, she got on him, like, don't you be doing that in the house. You shouldn't be doing that. And so, so we just have to learn how to just understand that each other, understand our just different quirks and different ways of doing things. And even if we don't like something that the other person is doing, we try to say it in a nicer way to not offend them, but almost always it never comes out right and somebody get offended. Me. Because I'm just emotional. I'm an emotional person, and I am easily offended. So, it is what it is. But one thing about us is that, one thing I can honestly say, we may fight and fuss, but we never let it drag on. Like, I'm not the kind of person that will stop speaking to my husband for a week, 2 weeks, and not have sex with him because he pissed me off. I could be mad at him and we can still do our thing. I know it may be TMI, but it just is, because we made a commitment to love each other during the good times and the bad times. And I'm not going to sacrifice my marriage, or things that we do, our intimacy, because I'm mad because he threw his drawers on the floor. Like stupid stuff like that, So we make up, very quickly. Like, we do not let things fester. We'll fuss and fight about it, and then we'll just get over it and move on to the next. Who wears the pants in a relationship? My husband does. I'm working on being, to submit to your husband. That's what the Bible says. But I'm working on it, because I guess a part of me, because I'm so independent, it's really hard for me to let go control, because I've been on my own for so long, doing the bills, paying all the bills, taking care of myself, and just running everything, making all the decisions. Sometimes it's hard to take a step back and let somebody else do it. But now that I'm in a position where I'm a housewife, I'm a stay-at-home mom, I have no choice. In a lot of instances, I have to just let him do it. And plus, also, it does offend him when I don't allow him to be the man. It does emasculate him, and so that is not my intent. And so a lot of times, even if I feel like I could do it better, I just let him do it. And sometimes, for the sake of argument, I just let him do it, And that's how we get. Do we cook? We both cook very well. I cook very well. My husband cooks very well. I grew up very religious. I grew up a Seventh-day Adventist, and so we ate a lot of things. Our meals were kind of redundant. We ate some of the same things repeatedly, but in different ways. And my mom is from the Caribbean, and my dad is from here, and so they had different cooking styles as well. And so there are some things that I like to cook. There are some things that I don't care to cook. Like, for instance, I hate fried anything. I don't like to fry stuff because it takes forever. I just don't like to fry anything. If I could, I am more comfortable just baking it, because I can put it in there. I know what time it's going to be done, and I can go do something else versus standing over the stove waiting. You know what I'm saying? I hate frying, but I love to bake, food, and stuff like that. And my husband, he's a big breakfast guy. He loves big breakfasts. And so that's his big thing. He loves to cook breakfast. He loves to cook like steaks and all the crap he likes to eat. But he'll cook the things that I like to eat as well, because I don't eat certain stuff. What made me want to start YouTubing? Well, I have been watching YouTube for a long time, and I had by accident stumbled across pregnancy vlogs, and this was way back in like 2010, 2009. I had stumbled upon some pregnancy vlogs, and I just really loved watching pregnancy vlogs. I wasn't even married, didn't have no, didn't even know if I was gonna ever get married ever in life. I just didn't even think I would ever have kids. It's so crazy now that I think back on it, and I just enjoyed it. And I'm not a shy person by nature. I'm very personable. The kind of person like the social butterfly. I'll introduce myself to anybody. If I'm in a room full of folks that I don't know, I'll introduce myself. But I like to sit back and I like to watch as well, because I always believe that folks show their true selves when they don't know if anybody's watching them. And so I'll skim around and get like a little bit of a gist of what kind of a personality I'm dealing with, and I'll introduce myself to nice people who I think are nice. And so I'm not really shy, and I like to talk. And also I was in transition in my life. A lot of the people that I grew up with were scattered, graduated from college, and either stayed in the state that they went to school in or moved elsewhere. Lots of my peers got married and started families, and so they didn't really have time to hang with me like I wanted. They didn't have the time anymore, and so it was kind of like a lonely period that I went through. And so I said, well, let me start vlogging and see how it goes. And so I made a channel where I sing, and that was my first channel, and I'll of course link that channel down below. I love to sing, and I sing well, and so I wanted to share my talent, either to bless somebody else or to encourage somebody if they have a talent for singing, to start a channel, or just volunteer to sing at their church or school or what have you. And so my first YouTube channel was me singing, and so yeah, and so it just turned into a thing, a nice little hobby for me. I'm not doing it for any fame or reputation, or to get money, get paid or whatever. I'm not doing it for that reason. I just I enjoy talking and interacting with folks that I don't know. Ain't nothing wrong with that, and so yeah, so that's pretty much it. So that's it, guys. So that is the end of Tuesday Talk. And if you have any questions, comments, or you just want to ask me something, you could pretty much ask me anything, and I'll answer it. Just leave your questions down below, and I will talk to you guys next Tuesday.